Kato's face freezes as Lullama yanks the nanny into the live stream. 3 million eyes lock on the same scar. Comments rocket up the screen faster than they can load. Emojis flood the sidebar. Zuri stands wide-eyed, sleeve half-rolled, crescent mark glowing under studio lights. The parrot in Bola's rooftop setup squawks one word over and over, corruption. Kato lifts a hand toward the camera but drops it when the chat starts spamming liar. His grin twitches, glasses slipping down his nose. Lullama grips Zuri's elbow, voice steady, words sharp. Evidence, doctor, she says. Show them evidence. Pixelation spikes, audio crackles. Bola slaps the modem with an open palm and mouths a curse. The feed stutters yet stays live. Viewer count jumps again. Kato's assistant off-screen shouts for him to step away. He doesn't move. Sweat beads on his forehead, smearing the powder a makeup artist dabbed minutes earlier. The nanny looks from Lullama to Kato, unsure which way to face. She shifts her weight, ribbon in her twist, trembling. Neo gasps from somewhere behind the ring light, inhaler clicking twice. The stream hangs for a breath, then cuts. Static. Black. 10 days earlier, the Dlamini mansion gate groans open at dawn. Zuri waits outside with a plastic suitcase and a rolled mattress tied by fraying rope. She adjusts the maroon ribbon and pats her shoulder bag as if counting items. Auntie Biba strides down the drive, clipboard clutched like a shield. Sneaker soles squeak on polished stone. Name, age, references, she barks. Zuri presents papers inside a clear sleeve. The older woman scans, nostrils flaring at a missing stamp. Neo races out in mismatched socks, comic book flapping behind him. His breathing wheezes. Zuri kneels, positions the spacer on his inhaler without hesitation, presses. The child's chest settles. Lullama watches from the balcony in a sand-colored suit. She notes the quick, precise motion of Zuri's fingers, the calm nod after the puff. Copper bracelet turns clockwise once. She descends the steps. Interview moves to the pool deck. Water laps against blue tiles, morning sun glinting. Zuri answers questions. Siblings, village, bit of nursing college. Her hands stay folded on her lap, knuckles pale. Neo splashes nearby, arm floaters squeaking. A sudden slip sends chlorinated spray across Zuri's blouse. Fabric clings, revealing the crescent scar on her left shoulder. Lullama's pulse shows only in her narrowed eyes. She offers a towel, voice casual. Zuri thanks her, covers the mark. Lullama smiles, but her fingers spin the bracelet counterclockwise. Later, Lullama sits in her glass-walled office downtown. Paywave dashboards blink green, stock price up. She plugs a flash drive into her private port, downloads encrypted backups from Kato's phone account. The screen shows thumbnails, outreach missions, smiling patients, a teenage girl in clinic scrubs with a familiar scar. Back home, Zuri prepares Neo's dinner. She dices vegetables and even cubes, adds tiny cumin pinches. Auntie Biba watches with folded arms, impressed but silent. Night drops. Generator hums against distant city traffic. Lullama passes the nanny's room, hears soft humming. Same lullaby Kato sings on nights he is home. Her steps pause. She continues without comment. 2 days pass. Bonding grows. Zuri sits with Neo under a ceiling fan, drawing superheroes. She frames each figure with accurate ribcage lines. The boy cheers when she labels muscles correctly. Kato returns from a conference and sweeps through the foyer, gift bags in hand. He barely glances at the nanny as she greets him. Their eyes meet for half a second. His shoulders stiffen. Gift bags clatter onto the console table. After dinner, Kato guides Neo upstairs while humming the same lullaby. Zuri in the hallway freezes, humming under her breath in perfect sync. Kato stops mid-note, glances back, forces a smile, continues. Midnight. Lullama sits in a dark study. Only the monitor glows. She zooms the clinic photo, overlays current nanny ID picture. Facial recognition bar creeps to a 92% match. She exhales through clenched teeth, opens a private browser, searches DNA testing kits with discreet packaging. Morning ferry horns echo from the bay. A courier van bumps over the mansion driveway pothole. Auntie Biba signs for a plain envelope. She hands it to Lullama, eyebrows raised. Lullama thanks her, seals the office door. She waits till Neo returns from school. Science homework spread out. He giggles at cheek swab instructions. Think cotton candy, Mom, he says. She collects his sample, labels it Neo. Next, she heads to laundry room where Zuri's toothbrush rests in a cup. She swaps the brush into a sterile bag, labels it Test B. The washer beeps, covering the click of the zip seal. Evening poolside again. Neo shows Zuri the experiment kit leaflet, proud of helping. Zuri laughs, shoulders relaxing for the first time. Light catches the scar. Lullama's gaze snaps to it like a magnet. Generator sputters, lights flicker. Auntie Biba yells about fuel mix. In confusion, the toothbrush bag nearly slips from Lullama's blazer pocket. She steadies it, clamps button shut. Courier returns at dusk. Traffic sirens wail in distance. He fumbles for the mansion code, keypad rejects twice. Rain starts. Package finally handed over, barcode scanned under umbrella glare. Lullama works late. Paywave servers hiccup, network load peaks. She curses softly, toggles a manual reboot, then encrypts DNA samples into a tracking portal. Estimated results 48 hours. Kato knocks once, enters without waiting. He hands her a brochure for a new heart valve grant. 10 million lined up, he says. Approval hinges on spotless governance. Lullama nods, flicks her eyes to the locked drawer holding the toothbrush bag tracking receipt. Around midnight, a news alert pops. Bola Aroko teases a fresh expose, screenshot of Rosewood Institute logo blurred behind question marks. Hashtag Heart Hero Secrets Trends. Lullama watches silently, copper bracelet spinning. In the staff quarters, Zuri video calls her youngest brother. She smiles when he flashes a math test with red ticks. Lightning cracks, connection lags. She hums the lullaby to fill the gap. Neo wakes, coughing. Zuri hustles upstairs, administers blue thunder, times the breaths. Lullama appears in doorway, observes the care, notes how Zuri counts seconds on her wristwatch bezel. Kato arrives late from a gala, tie loosened, smelling of cologne and rain. He sees Zuri kneeling beside Neo, inhaler raised. His jaw tightens, he murmurs thanks and retreats without meeting her eyes. Dawn breaks with distant mosque calls. The DNA courier text pings, delivery scheduled before noon. Lullama heads to kitchen, coffee untouched. Her phone battery dies mid-scroll. She curses, hunts a charger, cord tangled. Small delay, rising nerves visible only in faster footsteps. Noon traffic gridlocks. Courier rider messages he is stuck behind overturned truck. 20-minute delay. Lullama refreshes map again and again. Copper bracelet cuts a faint line on her wrist from constant turning. Package arrives 22 minutes late. Auntie Biba intercepts at the door, examines the medical lab logo. Brows knit. She calls for Lullama. The CEO jogs down, claims it is Paywave Wellness Analytics, thanks the housekeeper, hurries upstairs. She locks the study, slices tape. 2 envelopes marked Subject A and Subject B. She lays them flat, alignment perfect. Hands hover, then slide papers out. Subject A, Neo Dlamini, maternal relation confirmed, paternal profile matched. Subject B, Zuri Kintu, paternal profile matched to same reference. Bold red print reads probability 99.9%. Lullama's shoulders square. She taps her phone, dials a saved number labeled B. Ringing. It clicks. Bola, she says, tomorrow we go live. Show everything. The line stays silent half a beat, then Bola's voice answers with one word, ready. Outside, thunder rolls across Pemba Heights. Pool lights flicker. Zuri stands at a window, unaware, still humming the lullaby while folding Neo's superhero towel. Lullama's dawn alarm blares. Today she rips the mask off her husband before the whole nation. Phone light cuts through the dark master bedroom. She scrolls the streaming schedule from Bola, thumbs a quick confirm, then deletes the thread. Copper bracelet twists once, hard. Downstairs, Zuri ladles millet porridge into bowls. She hums the lullaby, softer than the ceiling fan. Neo taps the table, impatient for comics. Lullama enters, crisp tracksuit, tells Zuri they have an appointment in town. No explanation. Zuri nods, wipes her hands, grabs a canvas tote. Auntie Biba steps in front of the door, whistle dangling. She eyes the tote, the nervous grip. Appointment for what, she asks. Lullama answers with 2 words, private matter. Biba's nose twitches, but she shifts aside. Across the city, Bola unlocks the rooftop gate. Early sun bakes the concrete. His parrot flaps once, squawks trending. Camera batteries sit on a folding chair, 2 show red bars. He pops them onto a charger that sparks, curses, digs for a spare power bank. At Rosewood Heart Institute, Kato stands under studio lights rehearsing donor lines. PR chief Wanjala presses powder to his temples. Kato glances at his phone every 30 seconds, unread messages stacking. He pockets the device when cameras roll. Traffic clogs Wharf Road. Lullama's driver honks inches forward. She drops tinted window, checks side mirrors. Zuri studies skyscrapers, shoulders tense. Neo stays home with Biba, drawing superheroes on the patio. Courier scooter zips past, nearly sideswipes the sedan. Zuri flinches. Lulama's voice stays level. Just city chaos, keep focus. She hands Zuri a prepaid SIM, tells her to keep it on silent until she says otherwise. Bola tests the Livestream server. Bandwidth dips. Rooftop router blinks amber. He shifts antenna, curses wind gusts. Check the parrot screeches louder, pecks at a USB cable. Bola relocates the birdcage to a shady corner. Kato's donor event finishes. Applause, handshakes, flashbulbs. He steps off stage, loosens his tie, flicks through missed calls. One from Lulama earlier. He tries dialing back, network busy. He signals a driver, orders a direct route home. Lulama pulls into an underground car park beside a nondescript tower. She and Zuri follow green arrows to a freight lift. Inside, Bola meets them, sweeps hair from his forehead. He greets Zuri, thanks her for courage, offers bottled water. Elevator groans upward. 17th floor rooftop door opens to harsh sunlight. Zuri squints. Camera rig sits ready at cables tangle. Bola asks her to stand on gaffer tape marks. She complies, eyes darting. Lulama checks phone, server's stable. Back at the mansion, Auntie Biba wipes railing dust. Neo waves his drawing above his head, trips on a flip-flop, skids. Biba scoops him up, notices phone blinking on the console. Push notification. Heart Hero Secrets countdown 30 minutes. She frowns. Kato's SUV hits a bottleneck. Street hawkers shove bottled water through windows. He ignores them, toggles radio. Talk show hosts discuss a rumor about secret scholarships. He lowers volume, drums fingers on armrest. Bola finishes audio check. Wind noise threatens mic clarity. He unzips a foam windscreen, slips it on, tests again. Cheque shrieks, levels spike into the red. Lulama adjusts parrot cage angle away from condenser. Network pings surge. Viewer lobby passes 80,000 before broadcast. Bola wipes sweat, instructs Zuri to keep sleeve rolled down until signal. She nods, clutching the DNA envelope under her tote liner. Kato arrives at the gate, sees reporters clustered outside. Flashbulbs pop against tinted glass. Security waves him through. Inside courtyard, Auntie Biba intercepts. Tells him Madam and Nanny went to town. Her tone clipped, eyes unsettled. He strides to his study, powers up desktop, types name into trending bar. Autocomplete fills with love child. His jaw sets. He dials Lulama again. Call drops. He grabs car keys, rushes back toward garage, nearly colliding with Neo. The boy steps back, inhaler rattling in fist. Rooftop clock reads 2 minutes to go. Bola breathes fast, counts down. Lulama removes her blazer, revealing neutral blouse. She faces Zuri, adjusts the maroon ribbon, whispers instruction. Zuri squares shoulders. Kato's SUV clears gate, tires screech onto Main Avenue. He calls Wanjala, orders a holding statement. Sirens wail behind him. Traffic officers wave cars aside for a broken-down truck. Delay. Bola hits a key. On-air indicator lights green. Viewer count jumps to 200,000, then 4. Chat scroll blurs. Bola greets audience, promises truth. Camera pans to Lulama, then holds. People spam her name in caps. Kato's phone buzzes nonstop on dashboard. He opens one notification from a news app. Live feed thumbnail shows Bola's neon headphones and part of Lulama's face. He pulls the wheel, tires squeal, stops inches from a taxi bumper. On rooftop, Lulama announces she stands beside the young woman who cares for her son. She gestures to Zuri. Zuri steps forward, voice soft but clear. Hello, Ozari. Bola cues image overlay, clinic photo of teenage Zuri beside Kato. Split screen with live Zuri. Chatter-ups and question marks and flame icons. At the same moment, Wanjala blasts a mass email. Rosewood denies allegations. Send. The server stalls, spins, fails to dispatch. Rooftop breeze lifts Zuri's sleeve. Scar flashes. Gasps flood the comment feed. Lulama hands Zuri the DNA envelope. Zuri holds it up, seal visible. Kato clutches phone, mouth opens, but no words. He slams horn, swings SUV onto a side street, accelerates. Bola's parrot screeches liar until the microphone short-circuits for a second. Speakers crackle, then recover. Viewer count crosses 500,000. Lulama addresses Kato directly through the lens, invites him to join the stream if he dares. She reads out his personal number. Lines explode with incoming calls. Phone in his cup holder lights like a strobe. Kato answers one call, a stranger yells cheat, then hangs up. He floors the accelerator. Back on the roof, Bola catches a network lag spike. Feed freezes at Zuri's face mid-sentence. Panic flickers, but connection resumes. He exhales, keeps rolling. Lullama signals. Zuri rolls her sleeve fully, scar under bright sun, no doubt. She breaks the DNA seal, unfolds result, headline visible, probability 99.9. Crowd reaction cascades. Neo sits on living room rug watching on a tablet. When Zuri's scar appears, he drops Blue Thunder, mouth open. Tires screech outside the tower. Kato leaps from SUV, dashes to lobby, shouts for service lift. Guard demands ID. Kato waves hospital badge, guard shrugs, grants access. Lift grinds upwards, slow, old. Kato punches door, keys rattle in pocket. On the roof, Bola reads fresh super chat. Offer them settlement. He laughs, turns to Lullama. She shakes head. Lift indicator reaches 16, stalls, buzzes. Kato bangs panel, curses. Seconds tick while he slams palm against buttons. Finally, lift jerks up one floor. Bola hands Lullama a headset for clearer audio. She slips it on, turns to camera, voice amplified. She announces a file of secret payments. Chat demands proof. She taps a tablet, shares spreadsheet on screen. Numbers headline, Kintu care transfers. Lift doors open. Kato bursts out, sprint staircase, feet pounding metal steps. Zuri's eyes widen as distant footfalls echo. Lullama steps slightly in front of her, stance firm. Bola angles camera toward stair exit. Chat spams all caps warning as the door handle twitches. The rooftop door flings open. Kato bursts through, face flushed. And the live stream clock still ticks live. Sun catches his glasses, glaring white into the lens. Viewers spam exclamation marks. Bola adjusts focus without blinking. Lullama shifts a half step yet holds her ground, tablet steady. Zuri edges behind a light stand, DNA sheet pressed to her chest. Kato raises both palms. Stop streaming, he orders. Voice cracks from the sprint. Lullama points to the red indicator. Already live, she replies. Too late. Check the parrot echoes late, screeching live. Kato's gaze darts to chat feed exploding on Bola's monitor. Words traitor, coward, surgeon of lies flash. He turns towards Zuri, mouth opens, closes. No sentence forms. Wind rattles a mic stand. Bola leans in, asks viewers if they want Kato's side. Crowd demands yes. He offers the surgeon a clip-on mic. Kato hesitates, clips it to collar, cable trembles. First question Bola shoots. Did you fund Kintu care with hospital money? Kato inhales, says personal funds. Lullama taps tablet, spreadsheet highlights. Direct transfer from Rosewood operational account. Viewers spam the hospital logo with trash can emojis. Kato's hands tremble. Wangela rings him, phone vibrates in pocket, muffled buzz against the mic. He ignores call. On the 15th floor, security guard watches feed on his phone, radios upstairs. Possible disturbance, need backup. Two guards jog to stairwell. Zuri steps forward, voice low, but mic picks it up. Why did my mother die begging for help? Kato's shoulders sack. He mutters promises of more funds. Chat erupts with anger faces. Bola flashes to super chat. Donations pour in, viewers offer legal aid for Zuri. Parrot chants justice. Audio peaks, Bola dials gain down. Lullama lifts a document sleeve. Prenuptial clause, she reads, states any proven misconduct forfeits half-spouse assets. She looks at camera, says paywave lawyers standing by. Donation ticker rockets higher. Kato lunges for the tablet. Lullama pivots, he grabs air. Guards burst through door, sees his arms. He protests board meeting soon, must leave. Guards cite building safety, escort him toward stairs. Stream follows the scuffle until signal cuts from metal stairwell walls. Bola switches to inset replay. Viewer count climbs past 1 million. Down on the street, vehicles stack along curb. Reporters shove mics at the guardrail. Sirens wail 3 blocks away. Inside stairwell, Kato jerks free, races downward, coat flapping. He exits at lobby, reporters swarm, flashes blind him. One asks about offshore account. He pushes forward, bumps camera, keeps moving. Back on the rooftop, Lullama ends broadcast segment 1. She exhales, scans phone. Within seconds, her inbox fills. Donor consortium freeze notice, board alert, 2 hate emails, 5 praise. Bola fist bumps air, parrot screeches trending. He yells, we are still live after credits. Zuri leans on railing, breath steadying. Lullama hands her bottled water, plastic crinkles. At Rosewood, Wangela watches replay, face pale. He dials board chair Naledi. Chair listens, then calls emergency vote. Notification pings on every consultant's device, session in 30 minutes. Kato speeds back to institute, reporters tail on motorbikes. They film through the windshield. He pulls into underground bay, cleaves parked scooters, skids to stop. Badge taps turnstile denied. Security blocks path, says board in session, entry restricted. He fumes, waves ID still blocked. Boardroom lights glare on polished table. Nullity gavel taps. She shares stream clip. Motion filed. Suspension pending inquiry. Unanimous yes. Email auto dispatches to regulatory council. In mansion kitchen, Auntie Biba slices mandazi, radio blaring rooftop chaos. Neo tugs her sleeve, asks if Zuri okay. Biba calls driver, orders him to fetch madam and nanny, voice stern. Rooftop team begins breakdown. Bola coils cables, hands Zuri a prepaid SIM with airtime. She pockets it beside DNA result. Lulama's phone dings. Paywave share price drops 6%. She grimaces, types statement about integrity. Elevator offline until maintenance clears. So they descend 17 flights on service stairs. Halfway lights flicker, load-shedding window hits. Emergency LEDs glow dim red. Steps echo, bags jostle. At floor 5 landing, stranger in maintenance overalls blocks path, phone filming. He demands comment, accuses them of staging scandal for shares. Bola shoves past, camera knocks stranger's device. It clatters, screen cracks. Stranger curses, grabs Bola's sleeve. Zuri steps between, says let us pass. Stranger lifts fist. Lulama whistles sharp. A second later, building guard rounds corner, taser drawn. Stranger retreats, spitting threats. Street-level door opens to heat and sirens. Driver honks from curb. They jump into SUV. Crowd of citizen bloggers swarm windows. One slaps rear panel, driver accelerates. Mid-route, traffic stalls at collapsed manhole. No detour. Driver reverses, nearly clips boda rider. Horns blast. Reporters gain ground on foot. Bola lowers window, yells no comment, rolls up fast. Kato sits in dark office, lights off. Security escorts him to exit. Flashbulbs flare. He shields face, shouts this isn't over, climbs into car. Engine growls, but in dash cluster a red check engine lamp glows. He curses, pounding wheel. Regulatory council email lands on his phone. Provisional license restriction, immediate. A follow-up orders him to surrender hospital keys by dawn. Paywave HQ lobby fills with journalists. PR staff erect ribbon barriers. Lulama arrives through freight door, hoodie up. She heads straight to server room, checks network load. Donations to Truth Beats Lies Fund top 200,000 in first hour. She records short video, thanks donors, states every coin goes to rural girl scholarships. Posts. Views climb. Night falls. Mansion gates open. SUV enters. Zuri steps out, shoulders droop. Neo races from porch, hugs her knees. She kneels, presents hero sketch he made during broadcast. Scar visible. Neo smiles, calls her real-life guardian. Inside study, Lulama prints settlement draft. She needs Kato's signature to release funds. She dials his number. Voicemail. She dials again. No answer. Across town, Kato sits in parked car outside a liquor store. Bottle untouched on seat. Phone buzzes. He ignores, scrolls social feed, every post a meme of his frozen rooftop face. Battery hits 3%. He drops phone on passenger floor. Hospital night guard receives new directive. Change entrance code. Code resets midnight. Kato unaware. Auntie Biba calls living room meeting. She hands Zuri hot tea, says house under press siege tomorrow. Gives her spare phone, tells her to memorize landline in case networks jam. Zuri nods, cradles mug, steam fogging ribbon tips. Bola back on rooftop clears last cord, pax gear. Power bank shows 1%. He finally sits, legs dangle over ledge, breath steady. He uploads behind the scenes clip. Caption promises part 2 dawn. Wind shifts. Birdcage rattles. Cheque croaks lawsuit. Near midnight, Rosewood ICU generator fails brief second. Alarm beeps. Technician resets. Patient stable, but social feed tags hospital with clown emojis. Lulama walks hallway, lights off, only phone torch guiding. She pauses outside guest wing, listens. Zuri hums lullaby to herself, voice thin. Lulama steps away, enters own room. Phone pings at 1 a.m. Anonymous message. You think you've won. Meet me at clinic site at sunrise or the truth gets worse for everyone. Attached location. Abandoned pier near Kaseri village. Copper bracelet between fingers, Lulama reads again. Coordinates belong to same field where first outreach camp took place. She screenshots, sends to Bola with single line. Sunrise. 3 dots typing appear, then message. Bring camera. Curtains flutter under generator hum. Outside, press vans idle, lenses aimed at dark windows. Inside, study printer whirs alone, spitting final page of settlement draft, signature block blank. Dawn paints the abandoned pier ghost. Gray as Lullama's SUV rolls to a stop, engine ticking in the cool air. Bola jumps out first, checks signal bars, mounts a palm-sized camera under the bumper. He murmurs, "We're rolling." Lullama nods, copper bracelet steady for once. Tide slaps woodpiles below, quiet but constant. Headlights appear at the far end of the pier. Cato's car crawls forward, tires crunching gravel. He steps out alone, coat collar up, a folder clutched like life raft. No greeting. He motions her closer. She stays 2 steps back. Bola lingers near a rusted crane, phone held low, lens aimed. Cato opens the folder, flashes a single sheet. "Settlement," he says. 30% of my shares, non-disclosure, you pull the streams. Lullama shakes her head. "Full asset shift into scholarship, public apology," she counters. Cato scoffs. "You ruin me." Ozari loses its valve program. Wind whips, ruffles, paper edges. Lullama lifts her tablet, taps an icon. Email thread pops up, hospital executives discussing hush payouts. She angles screen toward him. "Board already gambling with donor cash," she says. Cato's jaw tightens. He slides a USB stick across the wooden plank. "Contains paywave vulnerability," he warns. "Leak that and your empire sinks." Lullama smirks, pockets the drive. "Patched last night," she replies. "Thanks for confirming the breach." From behind the crane, Bola speaks up. "Also thanks for confirming live on air." Camera light blinks green. Stream count spikes past 200,000 in seconds. Cato spins, sees chat pouring across Bola's screen. He curses, lunges for the phone. Bola sidesteps. Cato's shoes slip on damp plank. He regains balance, breathing hard. Sirens wail inland. 2 black sedans crest the service road. Blue roof lights flashing. Regulatory Council logos on doors. Officers step out, approach with clipped strides. Lead officer hands Cato a document. "Temporary medical suspension, investigation for misappropriation. Must surrender Institute access cards now." Cato stares at paper, hands trembling. He fishes badge from pocket, turns it over. Officer takes it, slips into evidence pouch. Livestream chat erupts in applause emojis. Bola narrates into mic. Audience number climbing by tens of thousands. Cato looks to Lullama, eyes desperate. She extends stylus and digital contract on her tablet. "Sign, release funds, salvage some dignity," she says. He hesitates. Surf crashes below. Officers wait, arms folded. Bola's camera zooms tight. Cato presses stylus, scrawls signature. Confirmation ding echoes off metal hull of an old trawler nearby. Lullama countersigns. Automatic transfer prompt pops up. She hits confirm. Scholarship fund wallet balance jumps on screen. Chat fills with celebration gifts. At the mansion, Zuri and Neo watch from couch. Neo pumps fist, shouting Guardian Fund. Auntie Biba wipes eyes, catches herself, barks at Kettle for boiling too slow. Back on pier, Cato's phone rings, unknown ID. He answers on speaker. Naledi's voice icy. "Board accepts your resignation, donor freeze now official, auditors en route." Call ends. Cato lowers phone, shoulders sag, but an unmarked police cruiser rolls up. 2 detectives exit, warrant in hand. Allegation, forged patient consent forms tied to valve trials. They inform him he will be escorted to station for statement. Bola keeps stream running. Viewers spam siren emojis, clip counts skyrocket. Detective cuffs Cato's wrist gently but firmly. Metal clicks loud against water slap. Lullama watches, expression unreadable, bracelet still. Cato turns once more toward her. "This isn't justice," he says. She answers soft, "It's a start." Officers guide him into cruiser. Door thuds shut. Vehicle pulls away, lights reflecting off tide. Bola pans camera to Lullama. She announces Truth Beats Lies Fund officially active, first scholarships open tonight. Donation link floods chat. Sudden motion at end of pier. A lone figure in hoodie sprints toward them, waving a petrol can. He yells traitors, sloshing fuel across planks. Bola's eyes widen, camera shakes. Lighter sparks in the figure's hand. Flames lick the petrol trail, racing toward the SUV and their only exit. Flames race along the pier, turning wooden planks into a torch as Lullama drags Zuri backward. Heat slaps their faces. Petrol fumes sting eyes. Bola swings camera to his chest, drops to knees, rips his hoodie, beats at the nearest tongues of fire. Sparks leap higher. Driver inside the SUV slams the horn, reverses. tires spin on gravel. The rear bumper clips a piling, metal crunch echoes. He yells for them to jump in. Fire licks closer. Zuri's ribbon singes at the tip. She coughs, shields the DNA sheet instinctively. Lullama scans for any gap. Flames block direct route. Bola spots a rusty ladder down the side of pier. He waves. Quick climb, then under-platform walkway, he shouts. Lullama nods, pushes Zuri toward ladder. Wood groans. A plank cracks behind them, drops into surf with hiss. Zuri grips ladder rails, gloves of soot forming on palms. She descends 3 rungs, slips, regains footing. Salt spray cools singed sleeves. Lullama follows. Bracelet metal burns skin, but she holds rungs tight. Bola slings camera around neck and climbs last. Above, petrol fire booms as it meets the abandoned crane's grease. Under the pier, crossbeams form a narrow path. Waves slap supports, foamy water up to shins. They slog forward, pier belly glowing red overhead. Bola raises camera, still live. Viewers watch shaky images of water and fire, chat exploding with disbelief. One user posts fire brigade location. They reach shoreline rockbed. Driver skids SUV around, headlights catching them. Lullama waves. Flames burst through pier decking, showering sparks onto gravel. Driver pops rear door. Trio tumble inside, wet shoes thudding. Engine revs, vehicle fishtails escapes heat zone. Pier collapses behind, sending fiery debris into tide. Bola flips camera to windshield view. Chat count surges. Lullama grips seatbelt, voice hoarse. Thanks viewers who alerted fire crews. Sirens approach, red lights flicker on coastal road. Zuri breathes shallow, ribbon ash falling on lap. She checks Neo's text. Are you safe? She types back yes, sends photo of the scholarship wallet balance. Neo replies with a grinning hero emoji. City skyline appears, first light gleaming off glass towers. Driver heads for magistrate complex. Detectives trail behind in cruiser with Kato. An hour later, courthouse hallway hums. Journalists pressed against barriers. Lullama, Zuri, Bola enter side door under escort. Denim jacket covers Zuri's burned sleeve. Bola's hoodie half shredded, camera still rolling. Magistrate hearing starts. Kato stands cuffed, lawyer beside him. Charge sheet read, fraudulent diversion of institutional funds, falsification of consent. Bail set high, passport surrendered. Mandatory community service at Kisari Clinic pending trial. Courtroom murmurs. Outside, donors hold press conference. They announce funds restored if Rosewood revamps governance and installs interim medical director. Board accepts terms on live feed. Stock of institute steadies. Paywave pushes update patch. Users log in. Banner reads security fortified thanks to community vigilance. Shares rebound 3% within 2 hours. Midday, Truth Beats Lies Fund posts first call for applications. Website traffic crashes server for 5 minutes, then stabilizes under cloud boost. Lullama tweets grateful message. Bola retweets with flame emoji and link. Evening ferry departs mainland for University Island. Neo drags Zuri's new suitcase across deck. She clutches admission envelope stamped Ozuri Medical University. Lullama leans on railing, gaze fixed on horizon, copper bracelet newly polished. Wind cooler here, free of burning pier smell. Neo points out lighthouse, tells Zuri he will paint it for her dorm wall. She laughs, adjusts ribbon, only half length now after fire. Ferry docks. Campus shuttles line pier. Student volunteers hoist banners. Welcome week schedule printed bright. Zuri steps on land, inhaling sea air mixed with engine fumes. Neo insists on boat ride to dorm for a superhero-style entrance. Lullama hesitates, then agrees, hires a helmeted rider. Siblings climb on, comic sketch held between them like flag. Boda sputters uphill, neon lights of campus flickering. Bola films departure, drone buzzing overhead. He pivots camera to himself, thanks viewers, promises follow-up series on scholarship winners. Cheque the parrot squawks future icons behind him. News tickers roll in cafes. Heart Hero faces trial, rural girl gains medical seat. Patrons cheer, some shake heads at half justice. Debate sparks across comment sections. 2 weeks roll by fast montage style. Kato signs demotion documents, starts community service at Kisari. He arrives with dented medical bag, escorted by council officer. Locals watch mixed murmurs. A child offers him water. He thanks her, sets bag on dusty bench. Across clinic yard, a banner flaps. Sponsored by Truth Beats Lies Fund. He pauses, swallows, enters consultation room. In Capitol, Business Council reconvenes. Motion to re-elect Lullama passes by slim margin. One dissent warns of social media mobs. Vote recorded. Evening celebration at Paywave rooftop. Staff raise glasses of ginger beer. Lulama skips toast, slips away to edge, calls Zuri. Dorm noise buzzes through speaker. Zuri reports anatomy prep in Neo's daily comic mails. Rain clouds gather over bay. Lightning forks behind skyscrapers. Lulama pockets phone, studies weather shift. Bola steps beside her, offers flaming grilled samosa, jokes about fire trauma therapy. She smiles, accepts bite. Phone ping interrupts. Unknown number sends link. She taps. Anonymous forum thread shows leaked hospital documents indicating more off-book surgeries, names redacted. Caption, Scargate not over. Lulama forwards link to Bola, copper bracelet grinding against phone case. Bola's eyebrows rise. He selects screen record, says we dig tomorrow. Over at university, Zuri walks library aisle, pulls cardiology atlas. She flips pages, stops at valve diagram signed by Cato in the preface. Her hands tremble, she presses palm over his name, then closes book gently. Neo back home lines up inhaler pets, introduces new one named Copper Crusader in honor of bracelet mom wears. Auntie Biba nods approval, sets tray of mandazi on table. Cato finishes first clinic shift, shirt damp with sweat. Exits into dusk, finds village headman waiting with proposal for monthly health talks. Kato agrees, voice raspy. Headman points at wall where Truth Beats lies poster hangs. Cato reads tagline aloud, steps into fading light. Night blankets Ozuri. On rooftop, Bola's parrot calls corruption across city wind. Live indicator glows again as he starts new stream titled Scargate Files Part 2. Viewer count climbs even before intro. Lulama's username joins chat. Zuri logs in from dorm, Neo from tablet under blanket fort. Cato, sitting alone in clinic office, receives push notification. He clicks, stream opens with blurred documents. Bola's voice cracks through speakers. Viewers, he says, thought the fire ended the story. Think again. Chat floods. Screen flashes first unredacted page. And every eye across the nation widens once more.